Good morning, class 10, and welcome to the English literature class. Now we will continue with the Merchant of Venice. We stopped when the letter came from Antonio. It was given to Bassanio by Salerio, and the letter is a bit disturbing in the sense that the bond is forfeit. That is, Antonio has to pay the penalty, which is a pound of flesh, because he has not been able to give the 3,000 ducats to Shylock within 3 months. Now, Shylock is insisting that he wants the penalty only. He wants the pound of flesh. He wants Antonio's pound of flesh. He will not be satisfied with any amount of money. So we will go on to Act 3, Scene 3. Take your Merchant of Venice. The page is 140. Act 3, Scene 3. Venice, a street. Shylock. Jailer, look to him. Tell not me of mercy. Somehow Antonio has managed to allow the jailer to bring Antonio to Shylock. So this tells you that Antonio is put in jail because he has not been able to pay the debt. He has not been able to keep the terms and conditions of the bond. He is in jail, and the jailer has brought him out at his request. Antonio requested him to allow him to meet Shylock. So here you have enter Shylock, Salarino, Antonio and jailer. Jailer, look to him. Tell not me of mercy. I don't want to hear any mercy petitions from Antonio. I will not show mercy to Antonio. This is the fool that lent out money gratis. Fool refers to Antonio. He is such a fool. He was giving money free of interest. This is the fool that lent out money gratis. Jailer, look to him. Look to him means be careful. Do not let Antonio escape. Do not let Antonio run away. There you see that Antonio, the royal merchant, the rich merchant, is treated like a common criminal by Shylock. Antonio, hear me yet, good Shylock. Listen to me. Listen to my request. I want to make one more request to you. I want to request you to show mercy towards me, to cancel the debt. Shylock, I'll have my bond. I think 3 or 4 times he repeats this. I'll have my bond. I want only the pound of flesh. I want only the terms of the bond. I'll have my bond. Speak not against my bond. Do not speak anything against that bond. I insist on having the pound of flesh. I have sworn an oath. I have made a promise that I will have my bond, that I will take only the penalty of the bond. Thou callest me a dog before thou hadst a cause. Earlier, in his dealings with Shylock, Antonio had called Shylock a dog. So, Shylock is reminding him of that. Thou callest me a dog before thou hadst a cause. There was no reason for you to call me a dog. But since I am a dog, beware my fangs. Be careful of my teeth. I am going to bite. I will hurt you. I will do harm to you. The Duke shall grant me justice. I am sure the Duke will grant justice for me. I do wonder, thou naughty jailer. Naughty jailer, he is foolish. The jailer was foolish to take out Antonio from the prison and bring him before Shylock. I do wonder, thou naughty jailer, that thou art so fond. You were so foolish to come abroad. Come abroad means come outside the prison with him at his request. Because Antonio requested to take him out of prison and bring him to Shylock, the jailer obeyed. And Shylock is finding fault with the jailer for bringing Antonio to him. Antonio again, I pray thee hear me speak. Show some mercy. Let me speak. But Shylock doesn't even allow Antonio to make his request. I'll have my bond. I will not hear thee speak. I'll have my bond. and therefore speak no more. Do not tell me to cancel the bond. Do not speak about the bond at all. I will not be made a soft and dull-eyed fool, to shake the head, relent and sigh, and yield to Christian intercessors. Intercessors are people pleading for a cause for somebody else's wrong. So I will not listen to any pleading. Intercession means pleading. Intercessors is pleaders, those who beg and plead on behalf of a criminal to forgive what he has done and not to punish him. So I am not like these Christians who are fools. They are very soft, they are dull-eyed, they are foolish. To shake the head, relent and sigh and yield. They will give in to any request that is made to them. That is these Christians. I am not like them. Follow not. Do not come after me. I have no speaking. I don't want to speak to you, or I don't want to speak about this, about showing mercy to Antonio. I don't want to speak about it at all. I'll have my bond. So notice how many times he has repeated, I will have my bond. I want Antonio to keep the conditions and terms of the bond. That is, to give Shylock his permission to cut a pound of his flesh. Salarino. It is the most impenetrable cur that ever kept with man. This is the most cruel, heartless, no sympathy at all. It is the most impenetrable cur here dog that ever kept with men. You cannot call Shylock a human being. He is so eager to destroy another human being. He has a heart of stone. He is so cruel. His heart cannot show any sympathy. Impenetrable, heartless, cruel, showing no concern or sympathy for others. That is, these words are spoken by Salarino. It is the most impenetrable cur that ever kept with men. The most cruel, heartless dog, without any sympathy or feelings for other human beings. Antonio, let him alone. Leave Shylock alone. I'll follow him no more with bootless prayers. All my prayers have been in vain. All my requests to save me or to deliver me from the bond. I'll follow him no more with bootless prayers. Bootless means useless, vain. There is no point in requesting or begging Shylock to show mercy. He will not show mercy. He seeks my life. He wants to kill me. His reason well I know. I know why Shylock is so eager to destroy Antonio. Earlier Shylock himself had said, if Antonio is destroyed, if Antonio is not in Venice, that is, if he is killed, Shylock can take what interest he wants and people will come to him for money. He seeks my life, his reason well I know. I oft delivered from his forfeitures many that have at times made moan to me. Many people who owed money to Shylock have come to Antonio and requested him to clear their dues, to give them money so that they can pay the debt which they owe Shylock. Many that have at times made moan to me. Many people who have borrowed money from Shylock were not able to repay that money, and so they came to Antonio to help him. And Antonio always provided them with money. He was so good at heart. Therefore, he hates me. That is the reason why Shylock hates Antonio and wants to kill him or destroy him. Salarino, I am sure the Duke will never grant this forfeiture in whole. I am sure that the Duke will not allow Shylock to take the penalty of the bond, which is a pound of Antonio's flesh. Because once a pound of flesh is taken, that also from near the heart, there is no chance that Antonio will live. Antonio, the Duke cannot deny the course of law. According to the law, the Duke is helpless because Antonio has signed the bond and the Duke has to agree to the terms of conditions of Shylock. The Duke cannot deny the course of law for the commodity that strangers have in Venice. Antonio, Bassanio and all are Venetians. Shylock is a Jew. He is a foreigner here in Venice. And so people will say that there is no justice granted to foreigners. So the Duke will allow Shylock to carry on with the bond for the commodity that strangers have with us in Venice. If it be denied, will much impeach the justice of the state. That is, people will say that there is no justice, that the judicial system in Venice is at fault. Since the trade and profit of the city consisteth of all nations. There are many money lenders in Venice like Shylock. And if justice is not granted to Shylock, naturally all the Jews will support him and they will take away the loans which they have given to merchants to conduct business. So trade will be lost. Trade and commerce will be imperiled. Since the trade and profit of the city consisteth of all nations, therefore go. Therefore go, he is telling Salarino, no, there is no hope for me. These griefs and losses have so baited me. This worry, this problems, the thought that I have to allow Shylock to cut a pound of my flesh, all this has filled my mind with grief that I don't even have the strength. I don't think I will be able to give even a pound of flesh for Shylock because I have become so thin and weak. These griefs and losses have so abated me. Baited me means made me lose my weight, made me lose my strength and confidence, that I shall hardly spare a pound of flesh tomorrow to my bloody creditor. Bloody creditor because Shylock is so eager to shed the blood of Antonio. So Antonio feels depressed, disappointed. He feels that there is no hope for him after Shylock removes his pound of flesh. That I shall hardly spare a pound of flesh tomorrow to my bloody creditor. Tomorrow is the court scene. Tomorrow they will decide whether Shylock can cut the pound of flesh. Well, jailer, go. Pray good Bassanio come to see me pay his debt, and then I care not. I only want to see Bassanio before I die. That is the only wish that I have. So that is why we read in the previous scene about the letter which Salerio brings and hands it over to Bassanio. Antonio's dying wish is that he will see Bassanio just before he dies.